Well, everyone, it's Uncensored Match Build-Up show time. Chris is here. If you watched the Redmen's round-up show and you wondered where he is, he's here. You've just been statting it up for the stat show, haven't you?
You're damn straight.
Have you?
No.
I'm going to be doing making a case or not a case for Divock Origi versus Firmino and
Damn
stuff.
straight we are, Paul.
Okay. So tune in for that on the redmentv.com. Anyway, let's get stuck into it. I've written waffle on the agenda. I haven't.
Typed it.
Well,
no, you did. You wrote it on this one.
Yeah. I wrote Southampton on that one. Because that's
Type
the correct.
on that one.
Last week I did that. I didn't do it for this week. I forgot to change it. Yeah, that's right. Anyway,
change anything else?
I've definitely
most important game of the season. What do you think about that? Because it is the most important game of the season. Thanks for asking, Paul. But Steve, what do you think about that?
Top four is so important, and we need to win, so we get in the top four on players and money.
And Jamie, yourself?
I can't agree more with both of you.
Paul, you want Stiggy 1-0? Sound? Anything else?
Yeah.
Are we pretty much done? Got a question for us?
Plug the t-shirt yet, lads? The t-shirt.
T-shirts, the sponsors, sound. Carry on, Paul.
Score predictions.
1-0 to Liverpool!
Yeah, what I mean, Steve, what a game in prospect this could be. Me and Chris were discussing that on the podcast. This is I think there's an expectation on West Ham that we should, they've not been in great form at their own ground, whatever the frig that's called these days. Middlesbrough, relegation candidate. Southampton is a game where we owe them. We've got the League Cup hanging over our heads. We've been terrible against them this season, by and large. They're a team that constantly seems to crop up and causes problems. So this is actually, it's a weirdly... It's not just one of those. It's not for me. It's not in the same bracket as Watford's been or West Brom's been or Stoke's been. This has got the prospect to be a really good game of football, I think.
I don't know, because they're not in great form either, and they
I agree with you, Paul.
I'm not sure, because their manager under pressure, and we're not playing that well either, really, in terms of great football and stuff. I think we're going to get 3 games from now till the end of the season where we're just a bit rubbish, and we're going to have to battle to win it. And this the hardest.
Hands up, who's asked?
No, absolutely not. And this is the hardest game of the 3. Obviously, there's only 3 left, so not a huge sample size, but it is a tough game. And I say we haven't scored against them in 3 games yet, so why should we expect anything different? You know what I mean? That's how, if you're thinking glass half empty, that's how you'd think. But this Liverpool side now, I think, are more capable of winning by battling than the team that drew at their place or the team that got knocked out the League Cup. Sure. We didn't know how to battle. We either played well or we were just crap and lost. Yeah. I think this team has shown that it can battle and stuff. And although last time out against Palace at home, we didn't do the fundamentals well. After the last 3 away games we have. And if you stick to the fundamentals, you've got to trust that you've got someone in your team who will just do a moment of quality. And obviously Coutinho's free kick against Palace was one. Emre Can scored the best goal I've ever seen.
Stuff like that. Very nearly stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
That volley, yeah.
It's one of those where you'd hope if you can do your fundamentals and just do everything normal, no massive fuck-ups, then that there's enough quality to just get you over the line.
I think that's a great point, Jamie. And it's not one I'd really thought about prior to, but we've been trying to develop the habit of grinding things out, and we've ridden our luck, and we say, luck on magic you need a lot of the time in these games. But what's good to see is that the players who we need to step up and to be important in these games, exactly what Steve's saying there, they're starting to step up. Phil Coutinho again with the free kick. Shame that he obviously picked up a dead leg, but Lallana comes in and he's so influential in how he played. Very nearly scores a worldie. Emre Can steps up, and maybe you're right. If we're not going to be the Liverpool that scores 4 or 5 or scores more goals than you, then it bodes better, if nothing else, than having players who are in the form or the mood to score brilliant goals to win this game.
Yeah, we just it's always that thought that it's going to be at the back of everyone's minds. It's like, if we lose this game, it's out of our hands again. And then we'll need United or City to slip up again. But we win the next 3 games in our own hands, and we're in the Champions League, no matter what, whether that be 3rd or 4th. But it's going to be a hard one, because I'm going to agree with you, and you'll take the mick out of it as well, I'll agree again. But yeah, we do owe them one. We've been poor against them in the league, and with the players that we've got in the team, especially with Mane out, and because I thought he would have loved this game at Anfield. But yeah, we win and we're done. But yeah,
this is it, isn't it? Because particularly with Arsenal and United this weekend as well, you don't want the winner of that game you were thinking, oh great, you want them at the very best. If someone has to win that game, I want them then looking at the full set of the weekend's results and going, oh, well, what was the point? Rather than going, ho ho ho, what a great win, we'll bounce until the end of the season.
No, fuck Arsenal, fuck Manchester United. Go out there. You've got the advantage of playing first. Get out there and show them that they're not as good as you. Go out there and beat Southampton. Just do anything, as Steve and the lads have said. Just do anything to win the game. Because you put the pressure on them, one of them teams will crumble in the next game.
Yeah.
One of those teams will crumble, Paul.
Yeah, I think it goes without saying as well. Again, touched on it in the podcast, but Adam Lallana being back in the side, it could be a revelation for us.
Yeah, look, it's against his former side, isn't it? He's not played particularly well against Southampton. He's gonna have a good game against them at some point because he's too good a player not to. You know, he's so influential for us. We need to get him. I personally, you know, we were talking to your dad the other day about it, and I was of the opinion that, you know, stick him on the right-hand side, get Firmino back into the 9. And me and your dad had a little bit of a good chat on it. And he was saying, well, look, you know, you get that creativity back into the midfield. So either way, for me, that just shows how important he is. Because you can either get Firmino back into the position that he's been best in all season, or you throw him into the midfield and let's see if we can get that humming and get that singing, do you know what I mean? Because he's either, wherever he plays, you can do whatever you want. I'll mix metaphors all day, mate. You know what I mean? I'm fine with that, like. Either way, he's massively important. Whichever position he plays in, he will lift the rest of the team around him.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got the real ability to get this team's fingers clicking, hasn't he, Steve? He's
very much a toe tapper. I think I would play him in midfield and drop Lucas, which is, you know, Lucas has played well altogether, but I still think at home...
Lucas assisted the goal of the season.
He did, and great, good on him, but I think at home, I think we've looked one attacker short. Yeah. I think we've looked one attacker short, and listen, Klopp might think, you know what, a draw isn't horrendous, and I'll bank on a draw and try, like say, moments of quality to win. I think, because the other option, like you say, is to drop Origi and put Firmino back up front and get Lallana on the right wing, and I actually think that's what he will do. But I would go the other way. I'd get him in midfield, just drop Chan back into the 6 role, and just have one more attacker on the pitch, because I know it's a bit mad because the last goal we scored was a worldie where one assisted the other, but the midfield 3 of Wijnaldum, Chan, Lucas is more industry than quality in terms of goal scoring, which again contradictory because he scored that goal and stuff. But I think if it's Chan, Wijnaldum, Lallana, it just looks a bit better, and it gets Lallana and Firmino and Coutinho, sorry, just clicking and playing and stuff. Origi's there as well if he needs to play off. There's 4 lads who can score. We're at the minute. Again, Chan scored 5 goals this season, but it's not like you're not counting on him either to do anything like that. So then who's going to score your goal for you? Well, now it's only Phil, Origi or Roberto, for example. It's only one of those 3. So I would go 4. But having said that, I think Klopp will do the other way.
I like the Firmino up top thing, to be honest with you. You know, I like the fact that you can get him in. Lallana's a clever player, can take advantage of his movement. Coutinho's a clever player. Get them 2 playing off each other, because I get what you're saying, and the midfield looks better with Lallana, and of course it does. But for me, the attack's been so one-dimensional that I think we need that movement to break a team down at Anfield. Ultimately, Origi supplied the movement to create the space for Chan's goal. You know, so we can do it, but I don't think we've seen enough of that, and that's why I'd like the Firmino.
There's no chance of Sturridge coming into this at all?
He looks sharp the other day. His issue, I'd keep him now for the last half hour against tired teams, because I just think it's a great weapon to have, and he nearly scored. He looked sharp.
Lucky, it was a great save as well.
He looked sharp, but it was sharp for 10 minutes against tiring defences. Yeah. I think I'd like to see Firmino or Origi give them the run around and then get Sturridge on. Yeah,
because what I was going to lead on to this, and that kind of frames it quite nicely, is it's almost for me is who do you want on the bench? You know, we have this a lot of like, I'd rather just go and win it in the first half. But if we're not, given the way we are, you know, I don't think we've necessarily set out to not score goals in the first half of games, but there is defo something to what are you looking to change the game with? And we've lacked game changes at times, and it's almost like from the options you've got, what's the best balance between putting out a team that can still do the job in the first half, but maybe gives you that extra impetus and Daniel Sturridge, absolutely, for me, I completely agree. Daniel Sturridge is that for me when it's a bit tight, but you're not chasing anything, you're not having to do all the hard work. You just want Daniel Sturridge to drop in and work within, you know, what, 10 yards of the middle of the goal, or the edge of the 18-yard box or whatever, and just say, get a shot, get some shots off.
If we picked a team like Chris, you suggested before, with Firmino up front, so Origi and Sturridge then on your bench, you've kind of got Origi to come on if you want to protect the lead, and you've got Sturridge to come on if you need the lead. You know what I mean? You've got both options covered, where I don't want Daniel Sturridge having to replace someone like at West Brom. Like West Brom away, he was completely useless.
Yeah. We
were already winning, and he was useless. Yeah. But Stoke away, when we needed 2 goals, he was fantastic. You don't. If you're winning, he's almost redundant because he's not hurrying, he's not pressing, he's not defending, and Origi will, and he'll give you the target, the pacing behind to do the channels. So it could be a good option if he goes Lallana on the right, Firmino up front. That your first sub, you've got catered both ways. Does that make sense?
Well, who are your potential options then? Realistically, you're looking at, depending on the variations, you're looking at your 2 sub options, as it were, are either going to be Sturridge, Origi and Lucas. Sturridge and Lucas.
That's pretty much it.
Or and that's because you're almost guaranteed to get your domestic best players in them. It's probably, you're probably right, because you don't really want Lucas coming on to change a game for you per se. There's a strong case to be made one way or the other, though. I don't know. It depends. I think a lot's going to depend on Phil Coutinho. He should be fine.
If he's not, it's not a decision, is it? Yeah. Lallana just plays and
He's only a dead leg, though. You can normally in school you can shrug them off in 5 minutes. But as a footy player, you're out for a week. It's mad.
If you see the size of Phil Coutinho, though, he's like this big.
He was hobbling for a while, wasn't he?
Yeah, he did.
My mate used to give me a dead leg and I'd carry on all day. Yeah. I'm obviously hard than Phil Coutinho.
Obviously, just dead hard, Steve. That's what we need a bit more.
Did you come over and just punch in the, like, they do that thing where you'd look and then they punch in the leg for it?
I still do that now.
Yeah, and then but you'd be fine, you get on with it. Obviously, Phil, they didn't have that in Brazil. His thighs aren't toughened up like
Tom's laughing along, but he's missing footy tonight because of a sore ankle. From a week ago, like, you know what I mean?
I mean, it's a different injury, isn't it? Well, maybe I'm harder than Tom as well.
Sprained his ankle. He went in with Cypher at 50-50 and came out the worst.
I'm obviously harder than Tom as well. And,
to be fair, you think about the amount of Scouse birds who walk around in heels and do that every single week, and then they get back on the next night to straight out again.
Get some heels, Tom. That's what we've learned from this.
Kiz, have you got some Southampton facts and info for us?
Yes, I do.
I'm glad, because we haven't pre-discussed this.
If you said, no, Paul, that just makes... They play in red and white.
Oh, that's my first one gone. Southampton have won just 1 of their last 5 visits on field in the Premier League. Drawing 1, losing the other 3. It was 1-0 in September 2013. Who scored the winner? It was Dejan Lovren. Jurgen Klopp now has an identical record to Brendan Rodgers in his first 65 Premier League games in charge. Won 33, drawn 18, lost 14, winning 117 points. That's quite interesting. Nothing to do with Southampton. Since Klopp took charge of Liverpool in October 2015, there have been 208 goals scored in Premier League games involving the Reds, more than any other side. Here's a good one, because the others have been shit. Even if Southampton win their remaining 5 Premier League matches this season, they'll still fall under their league tally points in 2015-16 and 14-15, and would only be able to equal their tally of 2013-14.
Yeah, it's their poorest season for a while, and I speak to a few Southampton lads with work and stuff. They're all a bit fed up with the manager already.
He's madly under pressure. And then 7 of Southampton's 11 Premier League wins in 2016-17.
Shut up, Steve, with your insights.
Exactly.
That's fine.
7, I'll start again. And I've started, so I'll finish. 7 of Southampton's 11 Premier League wins in 2016-17 have come on a Sunday. In fact, only Manchester United, 8, and Tottenham, 8, have won more games played on a Sunday in the Premier League this season than Claude Puel's side.
I think I worry about Southampton, but I say I worry about Southampton, I don't. But I look at Swansea as an example. Southampton.
No wonder you're not worried about Southampton.
Yeah. I'm more worried about how difficult it is for me to pronounce the name. I look at Swansea and I could see, unless they get the next managerial appointment right, you look at it's a law of diminishing returns when you've got a brand of football and you've got a particular setup, when you're relying on replenishing talent, when you're selling things on and whatever. And I can understand their frustration. I would really like this to be the final nail in his coffin, because fuck Claude Puel, as far as I'm concerned. We absolutely owe these a beating, and I really want it to be this weekend. How important is it that Phil Coutinho is able to take the pitch for this. Because, I mean, you know, I thought we handled his absence pretty well on Monday, Chris, but is it just that the simple case of now that we just need to patch up everyone and get as many of the decent players on the pitch as possible?
Yeah, but I said that last week as well. I think that, you know, what are you saving them for? Really, this is the hardest game that we've got on paper, anyway. Certainly, just got to get him on the field. We just got to get goals and get the win in the bag. It's just at any cost, man. And if you know what, if Coutinho's out for another 2 weeks, I'm sorry, I'd take that chance. I would risk it all day in this game. Man.
I think
it's a dead. And again, I don't know if you can you re-aggravate a dead leg. It's not like it's not like it isn't like you're risking someone with a calf strain or a hamstring or you know what I mean. He's got a dead leg, so. Give him some painkillers and hope he runs it off. And
a couple of ibuprofen, pop on his way.
The thing is, the only issue is if he can't train all week and he's unfit or he can't run, fair enough. But then he's got
the summer off, hasn't he?
I don't train all week and I play on a Wednesday.
I think you know I'm with you. I'm saying that would be the only logical behind it. Klopp's into training and stuff. But 3 games to go, you get him on the pitch and you've got to take him off after now. You take him off after now. You know what I mean? So at the end of the world, I can't see a dead leg keeping him out for 6 days later. It would be, I mean, it would be the deadest of dead legs. You know what I mean? It's like
it would literally have to be a necrotized leg.
I think it's just people just being paranoid about it. I think he literally came onto Instagram or Moreno did, I think it was, and he said, "Don't worry about it. Like it's a dead leg." And the game 6 days later, so there's nothing to worry about. It's just people being paranoid. He'll probably start and then he'll be all right.
He's got to start for me because we haven't had enough creative players on the pitch, enough players there that worry teams. You know, it's too easy to mark one man out of the game, you know, be it for Coutinho, but you've seen Sadio Mane's been amazing. The teams have had to look at Sadio Mane, they've had to look at Coutinho, they've had to look at Roberto Firmino. We've only seemed to have one good guy on the pitch for the last 6 weeks.
Yeah, it's this like fucking tagging in, tagging out shite that keeps going. Oh, you're back fit, I'm out for 2 weeks. See you in a bit, lad. No, I completely agree with that. And honestly,
patch him up and get him on the pitch.
I don't think there's much more to be said about any of this. I think the team, barring what we've already discussed in terms of whether Firmino gets moved back central or not, I think the rest of it, I think the back five definitely picks itself. And then it's a question of whether we feel we want whether we feel we want to keep the two centre forwards, I think, in reserve, or again, Lallana, is it just, you know, did he play too much football on Monday and did he want to take care of him? That they're the only other, I think, slight doubts, and then anything that might happen in training between now and then. But I think, as you're right, as we've said as well, Chris, go and get these 3 points in the bag. Gives a shit about West Ham. Give a shit about Middlesbrough. We'll work that out when we get to it. Get these 3 points, because for me anyway, this weekend is the most pivotal of it. And it sounds like hyperbole because we kind of say we've been saying this for weeks. But just because that Man United-Arsenal game, one of those teams will not be in the race for top four come the end of this weekend. And there's a very good chance that we cement ourselves as actually very much in the fight for third come the end of this as a result. You know, those two teams pick up a draw, things start to look, we're looking up again rather than looking with trepidation over our shoulders. So there we go. Steve, what do you think the score's going to be?
I got this right last week, you know, by the way.
Did you? Did anyone tweet you or mention
1-0. No.
Balance.
You can do it now if you want. Tweet me at Steve. Oh, well done, Steve. 2-0 to Liverpool.
Okay, Joe.
2-1. 1-0 Liverpool.
4-0 Liverpool.
I love it.
I'm having 4-0. We owe them so big. It's going to be all 4-3, where we all fall to pieces with the late. Degsy pops up with another late one. Oh my God, no. Leslie, score predictions. Let us know who you think is going to start for Liverpool. Don't forget, you can check out more content in the build-up. You've got, Lewis is doing the FIFA predictor. Is he better than Jamie? The only way to find out is Steve thinks so, is to watch the video and let us know in the comments below.
He isn't. He isn't.
Watch it, let us know. Click the Redmen TV logo to subscribe, and we'll be back with the normal post-match content.
Buy a t-shirt.